People of the internet, let me tell you a joke. My joke book is out today, the same day as this episode is put out, which is Thursday the 26th of September 2024. You can get this in your local Waterstones. You can get it on Amazon.
But Sean, what is it?
Well, Diona, it's a joke book for 5+ year olds. It's a joke book written by myself. There's 50 jokes in there. You got yourself a copy, Connor, I think, didn't you? A few weeks ago in the post.
Absolutely
exclusive. Yeah?
Loves it.
What about you? Do you like it?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Tell the jokes to work colleagues and stuff. This is illustrated by the amazing Jim Field. It is made by Nosy Crow in London. I'm so proud of it. It's out in shops today. It's $9.99. Go get yourself a copy.
Buy early, buy often.
Yeah.
The more copies you have, the funnier it gets.
Funnier.
Is the way it works.
That's alcohol.
Welcome to Meet the Parents. Our first sponsor this week is NI Travel News. We love NI Travel News, not just because I went to Dubai for an entire week, courtesy of NI Travel News recently, but the September and October edition is out now. There's a competition inside where you can win a ski trip for two to Bulgaria. I'm not going to try and pronounce the place in Bulgaria, but it's in Bulgaria and it's with Travel Solutions. Exciting news. Book It by NI Travel News are attending this year's Wedding Journal show on Saturday the 5th and Sunday the 6th of October, which is coming up next week. Yeah. Come and visit them. You can win £250 off your next holiday, which is an exclusive offer to anyone who signs up at the Wedding Journal show and for all other Book It members. And you will have a chance to win either a girly getaway with cocktails and pizza, or a romantic couples break, or a group golf trip to Farnham Estate Spa and Resort. And the winner gets to choose which pies that they would like out of those three things, which is a class week night away. So in order to enter that, or in order to be in with the chance of getting that, you have to check out Book It by NI Travel News, or go to NI Travel News and their social media channels. And yeah, we love NI Travel News. Thanks very much.
What are you choosing, Connor, out of the three?
Girly cocktails.
Farnham Estate sounds good.
It is all in Farnham.
Yeah.
All those
You ever
things.
stayed there?
No.
It's unbelievable.
Now, if you won, right, would you pick one for the blokes and then just tell the missus, I've won this here, and just not say that you were given an option? Are you that kind of guy, are you?
Yeah. I'm the type of guy that if I ever won, like, prize guy,
Yeah.
nobody would know.
Nobody would know.
Nobody would know.
Connor,
What if
speaking...
There would be signs. There would be signs.
Yeah, like on their Instagram account.
Yeah.
Or your face.
Yeah. Well, that too. He doesn't let you be anonymous, does he?
I don't know. You might be able
know.
to.
Well, you can change the
You're bound to
username.
have rights.
You know the spreadsheet that comes up, and
Yeah.
the person's like whatever.
Oh yeah.
You can change that name.
But if we see like Kill Guy Brennan, we'll know it's you.
Yeah, you might do. You might do. Yeah.
Q Guy Brennan.
Speaking of
Q Guy Brennan.
Q Guy Brennan, well done.
Thank you very much. Yeah, speaking of that price guy, he is our wonderful sponsor. He's our long-term sponsor. We're so grateful to have him on board. Thatprizeguy.co.uk. Use the website responsibly as always, and the amount of things you can win on this website is unbelievable. Make sure you're following him on Instagram as well. He's posting all the time messages that he's getting from people who are he's giving
tons of
away
money.
life-changing
Just
money.
shit tons of money.
And changing people's lives. It's unbelievable. He's such a great guy. You can win an Audi RS6 or a
Sean
huge...
hasn't a clue about cars. Hasn't a clue. I love how he's trying
Here.
to name cars.
I'll tell you about this car, right? It's green.
Yeah.
Right?
Well done.
Big wheels.
Must be fast if it's green. It
It
has
must
to
be
Connor,
fast.
It is
Economical.
fast. Yeah.
So that's thatprizeguy.co.uk. If you win some money from that prize guy, you could buy tickets to see Sex and City Hall. There's 1 week left. It's currently, when this goes out Thursday, where else would there be? Derry and the Millennium Forum. No, that's the same place. Derry and Belfast.
You're not from there.
Sorta. Yeah. Only when it need to be. Derry and Grand Opera House, those are the places you can still buy tickets to Sex and City Hall. If you've seen any of the reviews from audience members who have seen it so far, it is honestly class. I know we're biased, but we're not in it, so we're going to look at it, and we watched it, and the performances were just like unbelievable.
I know.
So
Telling you
good.
before we started,
Oh,
we're
we're
just
so proud of it.
cast are phenomenal.
Really,
They're
really good.
Phenomenal.
Do you go to see shows? By the way, our guest this week is the one and only Q Radio breakfast presenter and all-round friend of the comedian, Conor Brennan.
Yeah, I feel like I'm adopted in that circle a little
You
bit.
are.
Thank you very much.
You are.
Yeah, thank you.
Would you ever do stand-up?
I get asked that so much around the time of the boxing.
I know.
Like the thought of getting into a ring and getting punched in the face in front of 1,000 people, doing 5 minutes of stand-up is more terrifying to me.
Yeah.
Probably the only thing
know.
scarier for someone who's never done it.
Yeah,
know.
I think like like you have to be funny. You know, you have to like.
Some people do it and they're not.
You know what I mean? But like,
You could
it
be
would
surprised.
I kind of feel it would be like arrogant of me to be like, yeah, I'll go and
Yeah.
you know, stand
think-
on a stage and try and make people laugh. You know,
And there's a certain arrogance about it too, because
I know.
we literally tell people, no, I'm
This
funny.
is funny. You know,
Yeah.
but it's like anybody's job. You're hardly going there going, here, by the way, I'm shit at this, so just bear with me. You're obviously going in going, what service I'm going to give you is good enough for you to pay me for it.
yeah.
So whatever
Eventually.
the job is, I know,
Eventually.
but you're not a doctor going in going, I might find your lungs or I might find your liver. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're going in there going, I'm going to get your lung if it's the lung he's after.
Yeah, I get it.
It's the worst analogy of all time. I meant to be like, it's like a chef cooking your dinner and going, this is going to be stinking. There you go, enjoy. The chef thinks he's cooking.
And then you've got a lung.
You have to believe in yourself, right?
Oh, you got
have
liver.
You got a liver? Yeah. You do have to.
You got to know that
do,
you
yeah.
can. I don't know. I've always enjoyed comedy. I've always loved comedy. I've always loved watching comedy. And I've always loved radio and listening to the radio. But growing up, I was always like, I would love to definitely be on the radio. I've never been like,
That's what I thought
I would
too.
love to be on that stage, you know, telling jokes, because I don't think it's
Yeah.
me. Do you know what I mean?
I grew up listening to Mark and Lard on Radio 1. I don't know if you remember that. You might
No.
be slightly too young.
Maybe
And
that's the
then
generation.
Chris
Did
Moyle
you-
saying after that,
35.
35, so my
How old are you?
40.
Which is unbelievable.
Think so?
Yeah.
Do I look 45?
If the beard makes you look more manly, right? If you
Right.
if you get rid of the beard, you would look younger than me.
You look like a wee girl.
Do you know what I mean? Like for 40, you look brilliant.
He
get
does.
go get the razor.
What did I see when I met him? He looked 28. But he was 28.
I was 28. Do I still look 28?
No. We've
I thought I kicked the...
Something fell.
I thought I kicked the...
I used to make my own radio stations. Do you remember when you had the
Yeah.
play and record?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you used to play and record the top 40. You used
Yeah.
to record the top 40 live
Foxy.
on the radio. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would then get the video or the tape. What did you
Yeah,
cassette?
cassette tape,
yeah.
Afterwards, and then I would record being all, you're listening to Doing a Dirty
you would
on.
actually record you
Oh, I'd
talking?
make my
Oh
own. And we were it was Q in Derry as well, so we would listen to Q109
Yeah.
growing up. So I'd be like, you're listening to Doing a Dirty on Q109, and up next is Spice Girls Wannabe. And then you would hear a wee bit of the for whoever the presenter was going, Spice Girls Wannabe, and then it would go on to the Spice Girls then because I couldn't quite time it. But that was my favourite thing to do growing up.
I would have sat in my room with like, do you remember Winamp?
Yeah.
Winamp
yeah.
was like
It was a program on
Program, yeah.
and it would
Computer?
it would play MP3s, but you would
Yes.
create playlists and stuff like that.
Mm.
that
I
is
used
retro.
to I used to pretend to talk between the songs and stuff. Like I would talk, but I wouldn't record it. It was just me in my room,
Oh, how sad.
alone in the countryside with no friends around me, with nothing to do.
At least I had some sort of hope that someday somebody would hear it.
I had nothing. I had
It's
no
just
hope.
talking into the trees.
Yeah.
God love you. No, I loved
That
it.
is
I think I thought I was going to be on the radio when I was that age, but I didn't know whether or not I would be one of the ones singing the song
Yeah,
or the
okay, yeah.
presenter. Do you know what I mean?
There's a performance thing.
I just knew I was going to perform. Yeah, yeah.
So did you do like requests and stuff? Were you going like, this next one's for Winnie
Yeah.
the Pooh over in the corner there? He's
Yeah.
enjoying the show.
100%. You would just
Yeah.
listen to the radio when you would hear what the presenters and stuff were doing, and
then just
you would-
copy them.
You would just copy them. You would just kind of do it yourself.
Mm.
You know, you
But
thought
you-
there was a way of things of like, oh, this is how you do it.
I know that's it. I wonder how you started the style. Do you know there's a presenter style on the radio, isn't there? There's like a cool, smooth sort of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
presentery
yeah.
style, and you wonder how you started that.
It's weird. It's all so different now. But you talked about the listening to the top 40. I always
Yeah.
thought the top 40 DJs were just unbelievable.
Yeah.
because they were so slick,
Cool.
and fast.
That was
and
the peak though,
cool.
wasn't it? That
Yeah,
was, if
that
you got
was-
the top 40,
that
that was the
was-
main job.
That was the main job.
Yeah.
Doing the top 40, and even like a lot of shows now, depending on the show, like they'll sound like the evening show that I did before breakfast. It would have been very music based, and I would have tried to make it quite, slick, and it was all about, top 7 at 7 and the hottest songs and new artists
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And then you go and do something like breakfast, and you have to just forget all that.
Yeah.
Growing up, we used to have lovers around 11
Yeah, oh yeah.
or on the radio,
Yes, love that.
and genuinely, it was the radio version of porn.
Really?
It was like slow jams and like love songs, but I'd be sitting in my friend's house and we'd be, oh, well, we text on and ask for Whitney Houston or something, and then we would text on and it would come on, we'd be all, there's people probably snogging to this.
Did you never like go out for a drive with your boyfriend or whatever?
Never had a boyfriend before I met Sean.
Okay.
No, we're joking. Yes, used to go out and Lovers Around 11 in the car. Yeah. That was a big thing, wasn't it? People would go out and cruise in the cars and listen to the love songs.
People would drive up to like the high roads in Belfast and stuff and get, that's very specific. I might be talking about
It's very specific.
So we're Lurgan lads. We had
so I did.
we had fingered at 5. That was good. Good times. Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down the Tory Drive, you know.
Down Torrey Drive, fingered at 5.
That's less smooth.
Good times.
Yeah.
Enrique Iglesias up next with Hero.
Yeah, a bit of Hero. Unbelievable. Ping Pong song, very underrated.
Enrique?
that?
Enrique, the Ping Pong song. It's called Ping
the one-
Pong, but I think it's is it Do You Know? But it's called the Ping. Yeah, it starts.
That has
and
the
it's
ping pong sound?
Yeah.
Right.
Really underrated.
What does Do You Know sound like?
Oh, don't make me sing it.
Do you not know?
I can't remember what it sounds like. I sort of have it made, but was it like I know. I remember there being a video revealing that the sound was made from a ping pong. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure it's the one that his wife, I think they're still together, Anna
Kournikova.
Kournikova, the tennis player.
yeah,
I think she was in the video.
yes,
Was it maybe that was the Escape video and she's in the crowd at like one
Yeah.
of his shows and she's just standing there?
Is this the ping pong song?
yeah.
This might be a different
It's
song.
not called
I might
the
be
Ping
doing
Pong song.
his greatest hits here, I don't know.
No, you do know that like a sound within the music.
It starts
score.
off and
It's
like
not called the ping pong song.
No.
It's, people just called
no,
it
well,
that
it's
for
you know,
reference.
They call a song and then in brackets it'll be the ping pong
Yeah.
song.
So that's
And it starts off.
I'm gonna
and
get it.
It's literally like a ping pong.
I'm
ball.
gonna
It's
write
a bit
down.
sly. My dead tennis player, and he's doing a song of ping pong.
Oh,
You'd imagine it would be like,
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Do You Know? I'm going to play 1 second before YouTube stuff.
That's
that'll
it.
do.
Yeah.
Or we can debate there.
Yeah. Don't
If this video gets pulled, we can go. We were
Yeah.
actually playing table tennis here.
Yeah. The ping pong. That's what it is.
Enrique was great. I think he's just retired though, wasn't he? He stopped live.
I thought he came out, but that was Ricky Martin, wasn't it?
But I felt really bad for Ricky Martin whenever he came out, like when he started singing, because he obviously wasn't able to use Enrique. Because Enrique had it. Because Ricky Martin is called Enrique Martin. But he had to go, I'm going to have to be Ricky now, aren't I? Because all Enrique over there stolen our name. There's no room for 2 Enriques in the charts.
No.
You can't do the top 40 and 2 of them are Enriques.
No.
Yeah.
No. And Enrique's dad was really famous too, right? Wasn't he? Julio?
Julio
Julio.
Iglesias.
What songs did he
Iglesias.
have?
No, was he not an actor?
Was he not? Was that?
No, he was a singer, was he not?
I don't
Julio
know.
Iglesias?
Don't
Was
know.
he not a real
I know
kind of
he's a
swoony
really big
kind of
name,
guy?
but I don't know what.
Julio Iglesias, he was an actor. Justin's looking it up.
Julio Iglesias, Spanish singer-songwriter,
Already
Yeah.
was, I?
Yeah.
All right.
baller,
And a footballer?
allegedly.
Wow.
They'll do everything.
Handsome man.
Jennifer Love Hewitt was in the Hero video. Do you remember Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Oh yeah,
Was
yeah,
she?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
The hero video. Was the hero video? Was it a car crash?
Yes.
And the rain.
In the rain.
Yeah.
The sexiest car crash I've ever seen.
Oh, like rain makes everything sexier.
Yeah.
Add rain to
Yeah.
anything, it becomes sexy.
No, I think that's like, say you're like in the courting stage of your relationship or the engagement stage, add rain, sexy. When you're married or married for a long time or even cohabiting, add rain, fucking nightmare. Everything's
annoying.
just wet.
Everything's just soggy.
You're running like after the car, aren't you?
Yeah, a kid under
You
one
don't-
arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not
right.
grabbing the opportunity to just stand out and go each other in the rain. You're like,
Have a kiss at Tesco car park.
yeah. You're just like screaming at the clouds. This is the worst ever.
I remember one of our first dates. We went for a walk in the rain. It was very
Did we?
romantic, yeah.
When?
We went and shared a gravy chip in Edinburgh.
We knew where to go. That's the only reason we were out in the rain.
Oh, I know, but it was still nice.
Was there rain in our gravy chip? We're eating wet.
No, we had it under the, what do you call it, big Parliament building.
See how he
In
holds
Edinburgh?
this with much more adoration in his heart than I do, because I don't even remember the situation.
Edinburgh, did you guys meet at the Fringe or something?
Yeah.
Did you? Wow, that's class.
I know.
12 years ago.
12, 13 years
What
ago.
had,
aye.
did somebody stumble in and see somebody's show? Or?
No, we knew all of each other, and there was like a little get together on the first night of the Fringe for the NI comedians and acts. And I wasn't doing stand up then; I was in a sketch or doing like comedy sketches.
Yeah.
So we were just all had like a meetup at the Fringe, and we met on that
Hit it off.
first night and just had it off, Connor.
Just hit it off, I should
This is
say.
it.
Got engaged
gigged
3 years
together.
later. What's it? How long did you wait?
A bit longer than
We bit longer than
that. 8 years, roughly, maybe.
That's not as long as I
A lot
thought.
going on. A pandemic in the middle of mine, just saying.
Yeah.
Well, that is true. I had a pandemic in the middle of starting my stand-up career, so that's all I'm saying.
Okay, you win.
Yeah. We were just talking about this. So you did get engaged this summer.
Yeah, I got engaged in July.
How's the wedding
Can
planning
you talk about how you did it? No, can
Yeah,
you?
no, I absolutely can. Yeah, no, it's all good. So I had these romantic kind of plans. We were away with the kids, and we were away with
Was it Lovers at 11? You put away requesting.
No, do you know literally what it was? I had plans. Right, I'll get over here. We're away with another couple. We're away with Nicole's brother and
That is such a kinky way to propose.
his fiance, and there are kids and stuff like that, and a couple of other couples. So there's loads of us. But I thought, loads of parents, loads of kids. One night, we'll get a dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll leave the kids and we'll
Did
do
you
something
overestimate
romantic.
how dead on your mates were?
Oh my God. I had like romantic walk on the beach. I had all this stuff planned out. We were there 5 minutes and I realized, oh, this isn't this type of holiday. Like, it was just chaos. One of them, it was great. It was the first time we got the boys away and it was brilliant. But I knew
Sorry, what? The first time you got
I thought
we
you
took
said
the boys away.
I thought you said the
the bodies away?
The bodies?
I thought you went, it's the
Yeah.
first time we got the bodies away, and I was like, whoa,
This
there's
took a turn.
information.
Yeah, cut that.
Yeah. So yeah, the first time we took the boys away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. There's the title for the podcast.
I was
I
like,
have to say, by the way, this is very late for me, so there might be some words coming out of my mouth.
Slurred?
that- yeah.
yeah,
You're a
yeah.
bit delirious.
No, first time away with the boys. Knew it was chaos from the second we landed, and I thought, no, we're not gonna get away. We're not gonna get our own time away. I had the ring with me. I'd kept it in the safe in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime Nicole wanted to go to the safe to get whatever, I was obviously freaking out. I'll get it. I was like, I can't sit on this ring all week. So I think it was the second day that we were there. We just got back from the pool. It was like 4 or 5 o'clock. The boys were chilling in the room. The boys, not the bodies. The boys were chilling in the room, in the freezer, with their iPads. And we were sitting outside, nice little bit outside. And I realized this is the only 5 minutes
Yeah.
that we're going to have to
Pace,
ourselves.
yeah.
So I went, got the ring, put it in my pocket, sat down, really sheepish, I had a beer. And we're kind of having a laugh. And I brought up, someday I'd really like to, everybody's been making fun of us, but I would like to put a ring on your finger one day and all that. And I was trying to work my way into the conversation. And Nicole was like, oh, I need to tell you about this guy on TikTok. Starts talking about this guy on TikTok. You've maybe seen him. And he goes around testing people's diamonds. Have you seen this guy?
No.
So he goes around, I think it's like LA and stuff. People walk around with just dripping in jewels, And he'll go up and he'll be like, oh, can I test your diamonds? Can I test your necklace or whatever? And he has this little machine and it can tell whether the diamonds are real or whether they're fake. So she's going on about this thing in the middle of my engagement proposal.
Oh shit.
I'm going, how do I... Radiohead comes in. I'm going, how do I link this back in? How do I get this back on track here? And I just kind of pulled the ring out. I was like, well, I can test this.
Ah.
It was the shittest proposal ever. But she was so shocked, like she genuinely had no
I
idea.
want to die inside.
We had a trip. You should, yeah. We had a trip booked for London like a few months later, and she thought if we were going to get engaged, it would be then. So she had no idea, and it was all great. But I just ran it back so many times in my head. I was like, can we do this again at some point?
Can you-
Because it was,
Like,
it was
test
so
this?
rushed and panicky and and then 2 minutes later you're changing nappies and it's like this is
back to normal.
but this is our life.
I know.
So it was very us in a way, which I guess is nice.
Yeah.
But you have these ideas, of
You do.
romantic dinners and strolls on the beach and you're
Yeah.
gonna what's it called? Not confess your love, but do all that
But
sort of
it's
stuff. It'd be
almost
really nice.
like a reflection of like most wedding days. I find a lot of people they feel uncomfortable because you're like, this isn't really a representation of us.
yeah,
like a lot-
yeah.
Our
You know-
first dance was really uncomfortable.
Aye, everyone's first
just feel-
dance is.
Joe,
Everyone's
it's
fucking
weird enough
looking at you.
Dancing with someone. When was the last time you danced? Do you know what I mean? Or a slow dance?
I know.
You were
Yeah,
14.
yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
We've never
Yeah.
slow danced once, and now we're doing it in front of everyone we know.
Arms on the shoulders.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, yeah.
Parents watching, being like, you
What's
keep them hands where I can see you.
Yeah.
Our first dance as well, really embarrassingly, right? We had picked our song for our first dance, and our the guy who was supposed to sing it ended up not singing it on the day, and we had to play the only version of it online is a YouTube version of it, right?
Yeah.
But it's a live concert version of it, so it's a bit of an odd audio. So the audio was playing, so that we were. It was
Was
in
it
my.
Maniac 2000?
Yeah, yeah, that is only recordings the concert of that, isn't it? No, it was In My Life by the Beatles, but it was the Dave Matthews Band version. So we were doing
Yeah.
our first dance, and it goes into the wee instrumental bit, and I hear everyone cheering and clapping, and I'm all, stop it, we are so cute. And I turn around, no one is. And then I go, oh shit, that's on the YouTube video.
Yeah, it's part of the
So
song.
everyone who's in on our wedding's probably looking around going, where is all that? I think a canned clapping.
Yeah.
They put that in, hoping everybody will join in.
So weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why all that is, it's so awkward. It's so awkward.
Did you have a good day?
Oh, we had
we
a
had
brilliant
the best day.
time.
There was absolutely no pressure. We invited about 100, 120 people.
No, 80.
We invited 80 people.
Yeah.
And we basically just we said to each other going into the whole thing, we were like now when we started arranging everything, we just said, let's exchange our vows, dedicate our lives to each other.
And if it
then after
doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
And after that, let's just give everybody a big party and a great day out.
That's all people want.
We
want
had
a big party.
planned we had a plan to the minute all day, just giving people
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
going
But
on.
yeah, it was great. It was really, really good. Although this, June, you look back and you go, the money that we spent.
See, this is
on
it.
that.
The money's crazy. You know, it's crazy. We're looking at a couple of options at the minute, and you know, part of us wants to do. I say part of us. It's whatever Nicole decides to do, really. Because I think it's more important. I always think like when it's a bride and a groom, it's the bride's big day, isn't it? You know, so I'm happy to kind of go with whatever she ultimately decides. But we went and looked at a few places. But if we do the whole kind of big day thing, again, we want to kind of make it our own and like,
Aye.
Bring in caterers and bring in food and things like that and make it a bit more, just modernize it a bit.
Yeah.
And just kind of make it our own and put our own touches on it. Or part of us is like, do we just clear off,
I know.
come back and then have a party for everybody? Because as long as you have a party for everybody and whatever else, but then when you've got family and stuff like that,
I know.
Nicole's thinking of her granny and things like that, and it'd be really nice to have them there. And her granny couldn't travel and stuff like that, so it's hard
so
to know
hard.
what to do.
I know. I think everyone I know goes, oh, I wish I had just like done a quick one and then saved all that money and put it under the house or whatever.
See, that's it. Yeah.
But you only think that after you've done it, so you couldn't have told me beforehand. I'd have been, no, I want the thing.
Yeah,
and
everyone wants the big day.
So you
Everybody does.
can't have both, but you want both.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So you have obviously been living together for a number of years, where you live as a married couple already, and you know what I mean. Like that's
Yeah.
So it's not as if like you're going to all of a sudden have a shock and go, oh shit, now I have to live with this person, and they don't like. So I have a confession to make with you, and I want to know how you feel about it. But this morning, I shaved my armpits with your razor. And I don't know if you're okay with that. Because some people are like, you're not supposed to share razors, but I don't mind.
I mean, didn't you use my toothbrush a few weeks ago?
Oh, aye.
Like a couple of times?
But I did that in front of your face. I just wanted to bang you back.
The toothbrush is probably worse, is it?
That's way worse.
Mm.
that's bad.
Proper mouth germs.
Yeah.
Hi, but our mouths are inside each other's mouths
Mm.
on a good day. Every second Friday.
Every day's a good
Every
day.
second Friday between 9 and 10.
5
Yeah.
o'clock.
But would you be happy if Nicole used your razor?
Yeah, I'm okay with the razor.
Right.
I'm actually okay with the razor. Yeah.
Are you
Now,
okay
which,
if she...
Which
the razor's
razor
okay.
did you
That's
use?
not gross.
What do you mean, which razor? The one that's on the side of the shower?
Oh, right, okay. I thought you meant my electric one.
No, because there was a part of me there now went, is that James's, like my stepson's razor? And then I would go, oh no.
At what
Says
point?
toothbrush.
Yeah. At what point does it get weird? Yeah. That's probably it.
Yeah, like whose razor can I or can I not use?
Yeah. Probably not that one.
Did you not like me using your toothbrush?
I didn't mind.
Oh, you don't mind? Would you be happy enough with the toothbrush sharing?
Maybe in an emergency.
The emergency
not-
is
not
I can't
as-
find my toothbrush and I
not-
need to use yours.
Not common practice. Do you know what I mean?
No, not
Yeah.
common practice.
Yeah, not let's just go one toothbrush from here on out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did I use your toothbrush for?
You lost yours or... I can't remember why.
Were we away?
I can't remember. I just remember you using it for a couple of days. We must have been away.
For years, Nicole and I used the same toothbrush but different heads. You just
Aye.
Ah, yeah.
the heads off.
Yeah,
That is a
that's-
lot of work.
Yeah, it was a bit.
Do you know what I mean?
Very cheap.
I think for that to have happened for years, Connor.
Yeah, no years.
Q Radio, we're not paying you enough.
No. Like, I mean, years. Like last Christmas, I asked Nicole, "What do you want for Christmas?" And she went,
My own
Toothbrush.
toothbrush.
"Got her own toothbrush." Yeah,
He was like, next, it's an engagement ring.
yeah. Start with the toothbrush. Next, the ring.
Did you not get a ring
That's-
for yourself
that's
and just let her share it? No.
I've been hearing about this thing apparently where the guy's supposed to get a present too.
Yes.
I'm still
It's so
waiting on mine.
sexist not to, though.
I
Yeah.
know.
Isn't it?
My best
is.
friend, when she got engaged, got her fella a really nice watch. She got engaged a year after we got married. And that's why I was like, oh, I didn't know to do that. How rude is that? I didn't know to do that.
And then I was
No.
told as well, you're supposed to buy your fiance an engagement present.
Right.
So
right.
you buy the ring, and then you're supposed to buy a present for getting engaged.
No.
What's that about?
No.
No, you are supposed to buy a push present. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did.
Do you know
Can't
what
remember
else
what it
you
was,
need
but I
as
did.
well? Look at Diona's finger. How many rings do you see?
Is that
Just don't test any of them. There's 3.
is that 3 rings?
3 rings.
Do you know how many you give your ma whenever you've been
I know.
away for the whole day? I'll give you 3 rings.
Engagement ring,
Ring.
wedding ring. What's that? Is that an eternity ring?
Yes.
Eternity ring.
So when does that come?
Push present. That's what I got for a push present.
Right. Okay.
So, and when I was in labour with our first child, my first child, Sean got me the eternity ring. No, only because
did you slide it on when Diana was in labour?
Can't remember.
my
remember.
fingers were 3 times the usual size because they're swollen from being pregnant. And Sean was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it on. Push. Push. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it worked. Yeah, but he only knew to do that because I told him to.
Yeah.
I was like, to get me.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like,
You pretty much sent me a photo of your engagement ring too, and you were like something very similar to this place, and I was
Yeah.
like,
no, that's
happy
not like
days.
because it all goes together. It kind of looks like one ring almost. Nice. It's
But mad that you have to get like three rings. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. It's terrifying though, isn't it? Not
You
the
should
rings.
you should be allowed to exchange your engagement ring for your wedding ring.
You just upgrade it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that is a good
that's what
idea.
you should be.
Just
That's what you
upgrade
should
it.
have to
Yeah,
do
yeah. It's
because
like having a provisional driver's license
yeah,
and then the real
and then
thing.
your real one. Why would you keep 2? Do you know what I mean?
It's greedy.
You hand your provisional back, you get the real one because you're not
Although-
engaged. Do you know what I mean? Why you wear an engagement ring? You're not engaged.
Although
You're married.
Does your wedding ring have diamonds on it?
Yeah.
See, that's nice. A lot of people's wedding ring, it's just
The plain band.
right? Yeah.
Mine all have diamonds, but again, don't test them. I don't know if are they diamonds. I don't know what way it works. I know what end of them. I think they are. But what did you do for a push present then?
I actually can't remember. I can't remember.
What age are your kids?
5 and 3.
Okay, so you're like the same as us. Yours are wee. I know ours are 3 and 1, but
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
wee.
You're 2 years ahead of us.
You're 2
The
years.
stage we can't
Yeah,
wait to get to.
yeah.
Where you are is where we think life is going to get like a wee bit less exhausting.
It doesn't know.
No.
No.
Go
No.
away, don't
There's-
tell me that.
It's like in ways that it does, and in ways it gets easier in ways and harder in ways. Like when they
Yeah.
get their little bits of independence, and they can leave you alone for 5 minutes. That's kind of cool.
Do you think it's a better idea to have your kids when you're young, like 20,
if you can.
or to have your kids when you're like 40?
I think if you're in a position to do so and everything's good and you can have kids young and you plan to have kids, then yeah, do it when you're young.
Do it young.
Do it when you're young.
There's
You have
one-
more energy. Do you know what I mean? You have more energy, and then also, there's that saying people say you get your life back a little bit quicker too.
That's true.
That's what I thought.
Do you know what I mean?
But he did think that, and he's
Screaming back to the start
Yeah,
again.
well, I've an older two as well from a previous
Yeah,
relationship.
that's right, that's right.
13 and
Yeah.
10, and
Awful names for kids.
there's worse out there. Yeah. 13's not bad.
13's quite cool.
13?
That's what do you call that
11.
show?
She's called
Oh,
11.
11, yeah. Missed a trick there.
No, who's 11 from?
Stranger Things. But out of
I was
Ozark,
thinking of Ozark.
he's called 3.
He's called 3. Put them
Fella
two together.
Ozark is one
14.
called 3.
Them two had a child.
Yeah.
14.
Is there?
The guy who lives in the trailer park, he's the cousin.
Oh, okay.
I don't give a shit about fuck her
Her
cousin.
cousin.
Oh, yeah.
She's great.
She's
The line that
She's
she
great.
says, like, and one of her lines is, I don't give a shit about fuck. And me and him were like, that
We
is the
lost our
best.
minds, didn't we?
Yeah, she
Line.
makes that show.
Yeah,
Jason
yeah.
Bateman's amazing.
He's unreal.
Brilliant. Yeah.
She's so good.
I don't even know what you call that girl, but she's unbelievable.
One of the, I think, deterrents for having your kids older, like even, like I had my kid, what was age was I when I had 31 and 32 and 34. But even then, I remember with Winter, because she was such a light sleeper, she'd have the white noise and stuff on, but when I'd put her in her like Moses basket and then creep out of the room to try and be quiet, the creaks that would come from my bones and the cracks would wake her. Like she would wake up so easily.
That's not
And
good.
I would be like, well, I am like so ancient that I'm wakening you by moving. Like my body is creating this problem. Whereas I think if I'd had kids when I was 20, they wouldn't have woken up with me leaving the room.
No, probably not.
I wouldn't
But,
have the same bone
same
problems.
time, like if you have kids a bit older, there's probably a bit more. I don't know. Would you be more chilled if you were older and had kids?
You will.
Yeah,
You know, like when
you're
you're-
wiser, you have
I
more
was-
wisdom, and you're more street smart. Do you know what I mean? So you yeah.
I think it's the opposite.
When I had Ellie, I was really young. I was like, I must have been 21 or something like that, and you're just thinking they're gonna die all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
literally are just on high
Yeah.
alert.
So
You're
much
just
pressure, though,
panicking,
but
you're
I still
making it
feel like
all
that
up as you
today.
go along. I
Yeah.
think it's probably the same at any age, but there's probably pros and cons to it.
Because I think if you have your kids younger, I think you're a little bit more bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at the world. The world hasn't shat on you quite as much yet, and you're like, it's going to be fun. We're going to grow up together. We're going to have matching outfits. It's going to be a fun time. But then I think if you have kids like when you're in your mid-30s or older, you're probably like, you know, well, that's it. I'm just gonna slowly die from here. I think, and I think you're more likely to be worried because you know the world now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then-
And you've read more about shit. Like the older like whenever if you're 21 and raising a child, you're not going to be like, oh, you know, is it getting enough vitamin C? Is it? You don't care. You're just like, but like that's a good way to be.
Yeah.
You know, whereas you get older and you're like too fussy with everything.
Do you feel old?
Yeah.
35.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but you can still feel old.
Yeah.
feel
No,
old at 25.
definitely. Like I think.
Like when you're bending down to pick something up, do you slut drop or do you
No, I'm
lean
not-
over and go?
I'm not that bad.
I'm a
like,
ninja. When I pick something up, and not in a good way, I go here. Hey! That's the noise I make when I pick something up.
That's sumo wrestling.
Yeah.
Do you feel old?
The day and hour I turned 40, I started feeling old.
Did you?
Yeah,
Was there
yeah.
a change? Like what did you feel? What changes?
It's hard to put into words. It happened gradually, but I could tell from that day when I turned 40, and I don't know if it was like a mental thing or what, but I'm in a period where I'm almost trying to rediscover myself and trying to figure out what my likes and dislikes are, because all the time, like you get into the car and your daughter goes, put Sugar Babes on, put Spice Girls on, put this on, put Annie on, and you've no choice but to listen to their music. And you get home and then they're like, put Caillou on, put Waffle Dog on, put, you know, all these things, and you're like, now I have to watch everything that you want. And then they go to bed and you're just being like,
Who am I?
who is this guy?
I know.
Do you know what I
I
mean?
like-
yeah,
I know what you mean.
I grew up listening to like gangster rap and stuff. Now I prefer classic FM and just a wee green tea and just sit in almost silence.
You definitely enjoy simpler things, I think, as you get older, and like the peace and quiet of things.
Big
and,
time,
like,
big time.
One of my favorite things to do, and I didn't get to do it a lot this year, is like get out on the paddleboard and things like that. But you know what? Like it's silly things like you appreciate. Like I appreciate outside
Yeah,
so much.
yeah.
I love getting outside.
Yeah.
Whether it's like walking up a mountain,
Yeah.
paddleboard,
It's the best thing
whatever.
for you.
Just being outside. And when you're young, you're like, I don't want to go outside.
Do you know what
Yeah.
I did the other day? Went around our street lifting up litter.
What?
That's what I did the other day. Yeah.
You're gonna have a neighbour
I'm that guy.
badge up in your
I
nose
am.
thing.
I'm that
Did you
guy.
do that with the kids?
With Rocky yesterday. Took him for a wee walk. We went onto the green. There was like energy drinks everywhere, like bottles and stuff and things. I just went around, lifted them all up, put them in the bin.
It's very responsible.
Just
like that.
that's
What a great
that's
guy.
who I am now.
You
You know
looking
what
for
I
a Christmas card off everybody?
mean? But I get annoyed when I see people littering. Do you know I'm
What do you get?
getting- I get annoyed.
I mean,
Yeah.
the same. CBC, somebody throw something out a window.
Oh, it drives me mad.
Oh.
I know.
Just put it in your bin. when you
Respect
go.
our land.
Yes.
Recovery. I find recovery a lot longer. That's one thing I've really
Mm.
noticed. If you have an injury in the gym or something, or even you get sick, you have a cold and it lasts for a month.
Yeah, big
What's
time,
that?
big
That doesn't
time.
happen when you're 20.
I pull
Right.
muscles now twice a week, don't I? Like I get like, I'll literally just like sit up from the sofa and then go, pull me back. That's me. There's the back out now for 3 days. Like I just pull muscles left, right and centre, and I'm doing nothing with them. They just get pulled. But speaking of recovery, because I, for the first time since the Comedians Boxing, did a boxercise class yesterday morning, and I got schooled by a 60-plus-year-old woman called Bernie. She was my partner in the thing, and she was like, I was all, I'm partnered with the wee old woman. I'm probably not going to get the workout that I wanted when I got here because I'm not going to punch as hard as I can.
You win one
Barely
fight.
with a-
think I'm just
Yeah. So I'm going to obviously annihilate Bernie here.
Batter her.
Yeah.
This poor lady.
I don't want to embarrass Bernie. She's been to this class before. This is her territory. I'm going to go easy on Bernie. And Bernie starts swinging punches at me. And I was like, holy shit, Bernie can punch. Bernie's this wee old woman. And I was like, right, maybe I'm going to punch Bernie back. So then I started punching Bernie back.
Bernie got back.
Bernie got back.
I like
But I
big
am-
digs, and I can't lie.
But I am absolutely aching today. Like I haven't been able to move all day. Well, I'm limited movement today. I'm really, really sore from fighting a wee old woman.
I know, but this is it. If you like, what do they say? If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
You know, because I was just like, see, after the comedians boxing, I did nothing for about 3 weeks.
Most people did not.
Literally not, because I think the training's so intense.
It really is,
I was
yeah.
like, I can't look at a gym.
Yeah, I got really sick after the boxing.
Everybody did.
I was sick from
the
about a
same.
week before, but it never hit me until I think it was 2 days after.
Yeah.
And then I just became like really sick I was so lethargic for about, I'd say, a month after. I hardly had a meal.
I think a lot of the guys did. I was listening to podcasts and stuff that were gone up after, and everybody sounded sick.
It's a common thing
Yeah.
apparently with boxers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's that thing the way your whole it's like fight or flight. You're in fight mode, and then afterwards you just go into flight mode. Like you're like, okay, I no longer need to hold my shit together. Do you think about what you're putting your body through?
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily us and that, but like if you're like an actual boxer in proper camp, what you're putting your body through in those weeks running up to it isn't good for your
Just breaking
body.
your body down
Yeah.
so much.
Oh, even the ones that are sweating the water weight out and all to make weight and all that shit, like they go in there like wee skeletons.
And do you know what too? That relates to a thing where, do you ever hear or see of people, especially in movies, you would see it, but it's apparently a real thing where someone would survive for
Aye.
3 years on their own, and then they walk into this village, and the second somebody starts running towards them, they collapse.
Yeah,
Because that's that kind of thing, which apparently is what boxers go
It's that
through
they
as well.
no longer need to, they're like, I'm in safe hands, somebody
Yeah.
else can look after me now, and then they just collapse. Yeah. That's how I feel if I've been at home all day with the kids and then you come back and I'm all, fuck this.
Just collapse.
Somebody take the wheel.
Tag team.
You know what I mean? Because it's like it's like being in a forest for 3 years, and you know when you come back and you're all, have I grown extra hair? Like I'm so unwell from this whole day.
It is, you get battered, like they batter you. They just
Yeah.
physically mad. It's
class,
the
though.
kids just abuse you all day long.
Yeah.
They don't care. They do not care at all.
No, I know.
You can't beat it. I'm considering, I don't know, did we talk about this in the podcast? I'm considering home educating my kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Right enough.
Yeah. And I know that's going to take a huge knock
we are
with
considering.
my career, but I think I'm willing to do it. If I really, like, our daughter at the minute is going into nursery, and I'm going to give it this year to kind of see how things pan out and to fully make my mind up. I'm trying to educate myself at the minute. I'm reading all these, like, I'm on a Facebook group, and I'm
I've watched a
really
few TikTok videos, and
I'm really considering it. Like,
so what do you need to do that? What's the
Nothing.
Absolutely
legalities around
nothing.
it? And you know,
do you know what the legalities are? You write a letter to the school and you tell them that your child will not be going back, and that's it.
Homeschooling is different to home educating.
Yeah,
Homeschooling, you
what you
follow
would
the
have done.
curriculum.
See, during the pandemic, everyone would have homeschooled where they send homework or whatever, and you do that work and you get marked and stuff.
pressure of not fucking it up.
Oh, I know.
I know.
Like,
But then,
it's massive.
but how
It's
many
amazing,
people?
but it's that pressure.
But how many people have been fucked up from the school system?
Well,
The
this
school
is it
system
too,
is
yeah,
broken.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? The teachers are on their fucking knees, bleeding. The teachers are
It's a lot
overworked,
of the social
underpaid.
pressure too. Like it's a lot of the social anxiety that teenagers
exactly.
are getting from schools, and it's a lot of the like. I hate that kids have to study stuff that they have absolutely zero interest in. That makes them miserable.
Yeah.
You know, when they're like, especially when they get to the stage like 15, and they're like, I hate
Yeah,
languages.
yeah.
Why am I doing that? I never, they just can't wait to drop it, and then it makes educating a punishment rather than a privilege.
Yeah. We have that conversation with Ellie every weekend.
Yeah.
About subjects that she doesn't like. Why do I need to do this? And you're like, well, you just kind of do for a while.
I know.
And then you'll make your mind up and you'll narrow it down when you do your GCSEs. And then again, if you go on and do A levels or whatever else, you'll figure it out. But right now, you gotta just do it.
Now, the flip side of that is this is why I'm so on the fence, and you are still on the fence as well. You haven't decided if it's something, like we haven't figured it out yet, but it's something we're definitely considering. But the flip side of that is there's obviously certain things you can't teach them. Like you can't teach them
kissing.
to be
Just, you know what you do? You put on Lovers Around 11 or Cool Goes
Lovers
Quiet
Around
or
11 a.m.
whatever it is. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But you can't teach them how to be a doctor. Like, you can't, if you were sitting there and you needed a surgeon and you were like in the hospital bed and somebody comes in and says, oh, don't worry, me and my daddy played operation every Monday for an hour. You're like, I don't think you're the guy. We'll find your lungs. Like, that's not, do you mean, like, you can't home educate a surgeon?
No, but you can educate them up to the point where then you can go, right, you know, let's put you through your A levels, and then you can go
But will
off.
they
and,
integrate into that okay?
yeah, I haven't seen one bad report from anybody who has failed to do this, failed to do that. Kids are actually excelling more through home education.
You're going to get so smart.
Me?
Yeah, because
You're going to have to learn all the
That's
crap.
the
You're
main
gonna be a
reason why I
math
want to do it.
teacher,
yeah, because he doesn't know anything yet.
No,
Like,
I don't know anything.
is this a good idea?
I think it is. I think you learn and you develop with your children. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just think it would be.
Sean would be sitting in the books going,
and then-
it does equal 64. Who knew?
And what about like the social aspect though?
There are groups that meet up every single day of the week around the country. They
right.
do.
Like all homeschool kids? Or
Yeah.
just-
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
okay.
All home educated kids,
And then
homeschooling
I suppose
kids.
you get them involved in different sports.
They
Yeah.
go, yeah.
You know, it's not like...
But see the meetups, they're fascinating. People offer like a day at the seaside, and somebody takes them around. And you look at shells, you look for creatures. You know, you learn so much in that environment because everyone is outside willing to learn. This is their school time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing is, it gives you such a freedom as well, where taking your kids outside, going outside in the rain, splashing the puddles, that teaches them things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
No, but
it's
like,
not.
I understand, Sean,
It's a very,
but there's
it's a very,
romantic-
it's a very
only a
romantic
limited
idea to it.
there's a limited amount of puddle splashing to learn stuff from. Like,
Yes,
you know, you
that's
can't get
one
like
example.
a 17, 18-year-old, 19-year-old
Yeah.
that I'm still fucking splashing in these
Yeah,
puddles.
okay, but then you've a day
I get
trip
it, they're
to
reflective.
W5. Do you know what I mean? You go to the
Yeah,
farm and you get shown how to milk a cow and things like that, and it's like it's.
Yeah.
And I think it would be my proudest achievement if I was. I would give it my
I can't really
everything.
think of
Do you know what I mean?
anything else that would...
It would be amazing.
Unbelievable.
Joke big like, but
Yeah.
a close second.
Thanks for that, by the way. That's been very good at bedtimes.
Class, man.
Caleb likes
Delighted
that.
to hear.
He's a wee bit of a joker, so he's
That's great.
found that very good.
So, like, at a stage, is there like parents who would like take their kids to like drink under a bridge and they like learn social skills?
14.
Like 11 years old, getting like
Yeah.
the first egg, you know, like,
Yeah.
smart to steal it from the parents. Like, you know,
Yeah. It's the thing I love about it most is it's entirely up to you. There's nobody on your back. You can do whatever you want. Do you know what I mean? You can learn in an RV.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can learn on holidays. You can learn on a Sunday morning.
I was working on a
Yeah.
TV show before, and there was a girl on it who was home educated, and she was the most well-spoken, socially developed, like interesting 15-year-old I'd ever met. And she was like, oh, we used to just like, if one day we fancied doing music, we would do more of piano, and if the next day we fancied more of geography, then we would go out and explore. You know, if the next day we fancied more art, we would do more art. And there was no like set timetable. We just thought, what shall we do? And then we would go and learn about that thing. And she was so smart, and she loved learning because it was never punishment. So she read like fuck.
Because it's not regimented. Do you know what I mean? It's not, I have now 2 periods of maths.
See, this is it. If kids are in school, like 9 to 3, say 6 hours,
It's very long.
how much of that time are they actually learning?
It's getting them
And
prepared.
they don't want to be there.
Yeah, it's getting them prepared for a 9 to 5.
lot of
That's
kids don't.
basically what it is. It's the olden days kind of way of thinking with factory work and things like that. You know, which obviously all these jobs still need done. But I want my kids to go different routes or to explore all these options, especially with modern technology and how AI and how social media and everything's going. I want them. I see you keep looking at her for reactions here as if they go.
Yeah.
What do you
I'll
got
be
to
in
say?
Dubai, it's fine.
That's all
You
right.
do you. You do
That's
you.
all right.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be great. Like, we just obviously just haven't decided exactly if we're gonna do it or not. And also, I think you can also opt out at any point.
Yeah.
You can get to that Christmas of the first year and be like, they want to be in the nativity play, so we're gonna send them in.
Yeah.
She wants to play Mary. Let her into school.
So-
with an actress
Yeah.
with her as well.
Yeah.
No, I'm the lead. Sorry.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
do about exams and stuff? Does it have to go in and like
No,
you
Don't do
no
it. No exams.
You don't do them?
No exams.
You do if you're homeschooling. We'd home
Right.
educate where you're
Okay.
opting out of the school system altogether, and it's up to you. Basically, their classroom is the earth, and their
Yeah.
teachers are Mother Nature and us.
Now, what you can do is you can, apparently what I've read so far, and I could be wrong on this, but I heard after a few years or whatever, or when the child's 8 or 9, somebody could come round and go, how's your child's writing? How's their
meeting
reading?
the
They're the
need,
two main
yeah.
things, reading and writing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And your mathematic skills and things like that. So I think as long as you keep them up to scratch, but look at the apps that you can get now. Look at BBC Bite Size, look at all these websites, and look at YouTube. Do you know what I mean? YouTube teaches me more in a week than I have learnt in my entire 12 years in school. I left when I was 16. I sprinted out that door. I couldn't wait.
Yeah, I keep winding Andrew up about YouTube and golf. I keep telling him I'm going to learn golf by watching YouTube.
You could
It's
easily.
really annoying.
Yeah.
I watch 2 or 3 YouTube videos. I'll be there, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's so much stuff out
See,
there.
there was a whole thing recently about a YouTube comedian.
We were
Yeah.
talking about this on the
green
show,
screening
about the
it, wasn't
laughing
he?
tracks and stuff. Yeah.
Apparently, they outed him. All of his clips was him standing in his living room, setting it up to make it look like he
Yeah.
was at a gig.
So I showed this to Andrew on the radio because I wanted to know, you know, what did he think of it? And yeah, this guy's like, now he obviously is doing some gigs because there's 1 or 2 of the videos that definitely are there. You would like, they look
Yeah.
like they're there. But when you look at it, you kind of know it's too clean.
Yeah.
And it's too, the quality's
Well
too
shot.
good, and it's just, it's all too perfect. And yeah, you
'Cause if
basically
you
in his
look at
apartment with
any-
the thing behind him, laughing track, and then there's ones where it's like silhouettes of the audience or like imposed onto the
Oh my
screen too. I don't like, I'm not
It's like
from that
Michael
world,
Jordan going around a record
Yeah.
player. Home Alone.
Yeah.
but he built like 2 million followers or something on TikTok,
that's
and
it.
then he's getting gigs off this. So you're kind of going,
Is he doing any harm? Is he doing any harm?
I don't think so.
or is
Not
it
a- not a
cheating?
bit.
That was the thing.
Is it cheating?
No, because I mean, what's the alternative, right? I need to get a few of my jokes out there. So you set up a camera here or your phone or whatever, and you tell your jokes. on the
Exactly.
camera. He's just taking the production up a little bit.
Yeah.
And be like, this is how I could look like on stage.
Yeah.
There's no difference, and he's just changing the format. Like, he could have done those as like a character to camera, or could have delivered them in a different way. So what's the
The
problem?
important bit is the jokes. If people like the jokes, then
I
they
know.
like the jokes.
Exactly. I don't think there's any problem whatsoever. I feel like it might have been better if he was like legitimately trying to pretend. If people were going, "Oh, that's a fake comedy club. That's not a real thing. That's your living room." If he was straight away went, "Oh, I know. This is what I do."
Yeah.
Then I think people would have been happier. But because it was, I think, denied or maybe not answered at all, I think then that's when people were like, "Well, no, you're lying to us." But also, like, if you believe everything a comedian says on stage, you're the one who's troubled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's all for comedy's sake. So I think it was genius.
Yeah. I think I think we're going to see so much more of this now with AI.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to get easier to
Look
do
at music
things
too.
like this.
Look at the way music's going.
Unbelievable.
I listened to a song today, and what was it? It was it a classical song or a really slow song? But it was something like "I Like Big Butts" in place of it, and it was brilliant.
Oh, really?
It was absolutely
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah.
I'm going to try and find it, and I'm going to tell you it, and you can listen to it.
Do you mean it was done through AI?
It was, I think so, yeah. It was whatever way it was done, and then it was like harmonized, and they sang it as if they were singing. It was Hallelujah.
But
Do you
with
know
the words
Buckley?
of "I like big butts."
Hallelujah.
Buckley.
Yeah, but I like big butts. I'm going to try and find this. I don't think we'll be able to play it, will we?
No.
Unbelievable.
If it's a weird version of
There
it,
was
you
one
might get
too
away
I
with it.
seen today of so Linkin Park are obviously back out and they've a new female vocalist and stuff like that. And there's been a lot of, you know, some people like it, some people don't, or whatever. But somebody took their new song, took her vocals out of it, and AI'd Chester's voice to sing their new song, and it's incredible. It's incredible the things you can do. It sounds
Yeah.
I watched a full interview with Ronaldo yesterday of him talking about his wife and about how she's now this millionaire in her own right and all the money she earns and the things that she does. And it was completely AI.
no.
And I was like,
What do you mean?
like it was his face and his body from a different interview, and they've obviously AI'd his entire voice and his mouth, and it looked and it was intercepted with bits of like a documentary they'd done cut to her, and it looked like he was sitting there going, she earns 1.6 million every year from this, she earns, and just like naming the things that he would never hear someone like that saying. This is what she earns from exactly what she does, and it was completely AI, and I was like, this is insane. Like, how can you even, like, these like deep fakes, you can't.
Yeah.
You're not
Like,
going to
you
be able to
can't
tell
get away
soon.
from it.
You're not. Like, I got Donald Trump doing a comedy review of Andrew Ryan and Enniskillen, and it's
Oh, my God.
just like, you know, It's like, this is huge. It's absolutely huge. I can't do his voice,
Yeah,
but it was perfect. It was perfect.
That's amazing.
That's
And
what
did
we
you have
should
to pay for that?
do.
No, free app.
No way.
That's what we should do to promote our Christmas show. Is get some sort of
Parrot AI.
Parrot.
part AI.
What's
Get
our
Parrot
Christmas
AI.
show?
Miracle
called?
number 34, but we should
When's
get
that
Santa.
There's loads of
It's
different.
on sale now.
loads of
It's
different people.
on for the whole month of
You can put in
December.
the text. So I went on to actually ChatGPT and got ChatGPT write me
Something
review
Donald Trump would
for
say.
Andrew Ryan. Comedian Andrew Ryan has shown any skill in the style of Donald Trump. Took the text, put it into Parrot AI, which then give you the voice, and that's
No
the end
way.
product of Donald Trump.
And how many people have
2
you
minutes.
murdered?
All the bodies.
that is really like he's gone to town on that, isn't it?
I love tacky stuff though. Like the AI thing, it scares a lot of people, and I think in a way, like
It's brilliant.
there's a lot that we'll have to figure out, but you can, it's very good.
I think we're going to get to the point where AI is going to do our jobs for us. Do you know what I mean? And we'll not
Yeah,
have to
but-
leave the house, and our AI will be our earner. They'll earn us all the money, or they'll do the stuff that we don't want to do.
If there's enough of you on the internet, it can just recreate the things that you might come up with.
Well, it can do things like it can, do data things and whatever else, but when it comes to like creative stuff,
But it's getting better and better and better every
tell
day.
it what
know.
to do. Like it's never going to
Yeah.
be able to write a comedy special.
Or-
In a
or
way,
is it?
it's going
Yeah.
to
It
all the
might.
nuances of like say Northern Ireland. It's never going to
It wrote the onus.
blind.
Yeah. But you know the way like originally like people would have painted portraits of somebody and then in came the camera and that changed somebody's job. That the artist was then gone and now it was a photographer just go and click. Like that's like the original AI. Like taking jobs like that. Joke where like, so one craft is now dead and replaced with another.
Yeah.
And that's the same for AI. Like just one, like the amount of jobs are condensed into one now because your phone, all the shit that's on your phone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You used to have loads of different stuff, and now you've just got one
You were
phone.
told in school you have to learn maths because you're not going to walk about every day with a calculator in your pocket. You're like,
Yeah.
I fucking am.
Yeah, and a notepad, and a phone, and everything you need, a camera, everything. I
That's
know,
all you need for the home education.
Yeah.
just
A
your phone. I know. Google ChatGPT. You could just go on to like ChatGPT every day and go
I could write you a curriculum. I could write you.
teach my kids.
It could definitely write you classes and plans.
Yeah.
If you say, I have a child, they're this age, this is the subject or whatever else, these are the things, write me a plan, it will write you a plan.
And then Donald
30
Trump can
minute
teach them.
sections.
Donald Trump. Oh my
can
God!
teach.
You
Every
they could
class,
change
yeah.
their teacher every day. One day it could be like
yeah.
Donald
Who do you
Trump.
want teaching you today?
Shania Twain.
That's the future.
Yeah.
Enrique.
P Diddy from jail.
Don't know if you want P. Diddy around.
From jail.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We're now going to play
But
ping
from
pong
jail.
with Enrique Iglesias.
Didn't he put up a 50 million bond? And
It was denied.
Yeah.
He's,
He ain't getting out. He's going
He got caught
nowhere.
with a lot of stuff. And it's
he's going further down. He's
Lot
going
of lube,
downtown.
lot of
unusual.
dildos.
Unusual, am I?
Yeah.
Unusual, am I?
How many arseholes do you have? Is the question.
Does Ann Summers have 768 dildos?
In
I don't-
stock?
Yeah.
In one store? I doubt it.
Combined?
Oh, I don't know. Do you mean different? They weren't all different types, were
It's where
they?
you put them
It's
all.
hardly
Like,
all the
I have a
same.
hard time storing Legos.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, let's go back to this. Why do you think he's gone? I want 790 dildos, but they all have to be different from one another?
But do you think he just went on Amazon one day and just typed in quantity 768?
I think he went to Macro and bulk ordered his dildos.
No.
No, the thing is,
No.
macro, they'll all be massive. Like, you ever imagine you get the big balls of like ketchup and stuff?
Big jumbo dildos.
It'd be a big arm. Big rubber arm. No, I thought it was like from ones that people had left there after parties and stuff. And
Well,
like, are the new ones going, there's one for everybody in the audience?
I think he has a whole room dedicated to, if you come in, you don't need to bring your own dildo for handiness sakes. There'll be one here.
Like a red room.
Why
Like a
would you
drinks
bring one,
cabinet,
though?
But I don't know.
Who invites you to a
But
party
then
and you
would
go,
you ever leave a party and like, oh, I left my wallet
My keys,
there.
my wallet, my dildo. Ugh. Don't worry,
baby
Daddy's
oil?
got his own dildo. Maybe it's his dildo brand. Maybe it's on the black market. Who knows? I don't know.
the
It's a
dildos?
mad story. Well, I mean,
Did he
it was,
dildos?
wasn't it? Yeah. It's a mad story.
It's so it's getting so far fetched that it's like,
It's AI.
is it AI?
None of it's real. Yeah. Diddy's actually AI.
Yeah.
Sir Cock. Sorry. The vodka. Sorry.
He duty.
P Diddy. On that note, Connor, thanks very much for joining us today on Meet the Parents. Tell
Before
us
you
where we
go.
can listen. Oh, okay, sorry.
Q Radio.
And I was it. Well, I wanted time to say it.
Alexa, play Q Radio. There you go. Let's see, listen. Alexa.
AI. Yeah,
Turn that
stop.
shade off.
Yeah, yet again.
One last question for you, right?
Yeah.
Would you be willing, and this isn't me putting this to you asking, this is just, willy-nilly.
Okay. You're not going to ask me about dildos here, right?
No. Baby. Would you get married live on air? Has it been proposed?
Why would I get married live on air?
Unintended.
No. I think people would. People that go on like married at first sight and things like that.
It's not for you though.
Nah, it's too cheesy.
Would you
Do know
record
what
it
I
and
mean?
play wee snippets throughout the breakfast show one morning when you come back?
Yeah, I'd probably do something like
Yeah.
that.
A wee snippet from your speech.
You know,
Yeah.
there's little bits.
Andrew's
There's little bits
speech.
of content everywhere, isn't there? But you want to whatever we do, you want to make it your own, and you want to.
And some of it to be private. You want it to be private too.
Yeah. No, I don't.
There were comedians live streamed
bad
their
idea.
wedding from the Fringe, wasn't there?
I'm going to text her. and ask
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, ask her.
Who did that?
Who did that? Back Hill.
Beck Hill
her. Was it got married at the
Back
Fringe?
Hill got married. at the
Live
Fringe.
streamed it?
Yeah.
Wow.
and during her show got married during that time.
I think if you're going to do like a lot of people go off and get married in City Hall or whatever, and just have like little small ceremonies and stuff.
Yeah.
I think if you were going to do something like that and you weren't going to do a whole big day, then why not?
Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon? Be a
Patreon
good way to get the
exclusive.
numbers up, isn't it?
My next
Yeah.
one will be on Patreon.
Yeah, your next one should be on Patreon.
We'll renew our vows on Patreon.
I'm not feeling the renewal of the voice. I didn't mean the first ones. I don't want to lie twice.
Yeah.
You get a fourth ring.
Fourth ring.
Be like Audi.
Yeah. The Olympics, yeah.
Just be putting your hand into the fucking car every morning. It's
I feel
lovely.
like it's 5 rings actually, is it?
It is 5 because as you said it, and then I sort of said it afterwards, and I
Is
thought,
Audi
I hope
4?
nobody catches on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That it's 5. Why is it 5 rings? Do we know?
Is it the 5 original countries that did it or something? Or like,
I read about this during the Olympics.
isn't
and
it?
I
It's going to be
forget.
like
See,
Greece.
Sean, this is the stuff you'll have to teach the kids if you're home educating.
Yeah.
But if I was home
Maybe the 5
educating,
original nations or something like that did it or something.
if I was home educating, they would have known that by now because I would have taught them it. So I could have went and woke them and asked them, and they would have known. Do
Right.
you know what I mean?
According to the Olympic symbol expresses the activity of the Olympic movement and represent the union of the 5 continents and the meaning of athletes from throughout the world and at the Olympic Games. Right, okay, so yeah, you were
So it's the five continents.
5 continents. Yeah.
a bit long-winded.
7 now, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. You tell me, home educator.
7 continents. I
You're the
think.
guy who knows.
You're
Nate-
you're never going to be able to ask a question about anything.
I know.
Anybody wants anything, like you're just going to get a text. Like, who we done the show
Yeah.
one day? Forget about Google. I'm going to text
Yeah.
Sean here.
Anybody asks me stuff though in the future when I'm home educating and I don't know, I'm going to say to my kids, give them the answer. Do you know?
Yeah.
Just blame them.
Taught you
Like a
last
party,
week.
like a party trick.
Yeah. A good tip for teachers if a student ever asks you a question and you don't know, what someone says to me one day is say to the kid back, go, tell you what, that's your homework for tonight. You come in tomorrow and you tell me.
That's a great one.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's genius.
That we should say that to all kids because, like, even as parents, because they ask some questions and you're like, I don't know. Like, stop asking the stupidest things.
Homework gets hard really quickly. Like
Yeah.
really quickly.
You're good for homework. I despised homework.
I was the homeworker, and like I did the homework mostly with the boys. Like, cause Sean was like, I can't be dealing. He hated it, but I loved it because I loved school. So it was like a chance to go back and do really well. But I wanted to do their homework more than they wanted to do their homework.
Yeah, she was signing her name and all at the end of it. She was like, what homework have you? Give it over.
I did for one of Sean's wee boys when he was doing his GCSEs, like a full big pack of notes. Remember, I sat and went through all of his books from each subject and wrote out like pages and pages and pages of revision notes. And I loved doing it. Obviously, this is pre I had my own kids because otherwise I wouldn't have had the time.
Yeah.
But I like did like a big, loads and loads revision notes, gave to him, and it's like they're color coded. Like there's like banners and titles for each thing. It's in sections. Like it's a fun time to even just look at. You're gonna get an A in all these subjects. It's so good what I've done, and they went straight in the bin.
Yeah, never used.
I put so much time into them. I was so proud of them, and they had dividers, and they were straight in the bin, weren't they?
Thing is,
Fuming.
revision notes. I think like you got to do it yourself. That's how it goes in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what
but
I
they
mean?
weren't going to do that either.
One thing I always say to you when you forget your material, like you have an extended tour coming up soon. and you said you can't remember much of the material. And I say to you all the time, why don't you go back? Like, you have the full special recorded and on your laptop. And I say to her all the time, I'm like, why don't you go back and just watch it, and then it'll all be fresh in your head? And she was like, I can't. None of it'll go into my head. I can't learn like that.
No, but I'll just go look at the document and read the material, and then I'll remember it like that.
But see, that's a school thing in you.
Oh, I know.
I'm more of a watcher. You're more of a
Reader.
reader. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Well, it might be because you've like 4 or 5 things going on at once. Like I said to you last time you were on the radio show, it's like you've got like the theatre stuff, the comedy stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously writing the
Stand up.
it's not Sex in the City, was it?
Sex and City Hall. Yeah.
Sex in City Hall.
Yeah.
Like there's so
And then
many
the
different
Christmas
things. I don't
show.
know how you juggle it all.
It's a lot. There's loads. There's always a million things going on at the one time. Like Sex and the City Hall is currently on tour, and yet today we were having meetings about our Christmas show, Miracle number 34. Whilst also we have idea for our next big show for next year. So we're in the middle of like, and it's so funny because the one you get most excited about is the one you want to like get cracking with writing.
Yeah,
But the one we're most excited about is a year and a half away. So we're like, no, we've got loads of other shows to write before that, and we're like need to concentrate on these ones. But the one we're most excited about is like ages away. So it's really annoying that we have to wait for ages. We've got about 3 shows to write before we can even open a document for that one.
It's a good place to be in though.
Yeah.
And did you both go over to the Fringe? Did you both do stuff?
Just
No,
doing it.
just me.
you,
Yeah.
How was
I'm-
the Fringe? Did you like it?
It was great. I managed that. I only went over for a few days, really, like less than a week. But next year we're going to go over together and probably both do it and bring the kids and do the full month with the
full month.
kids and like just maybe stay slightly outside of Edinburgh and make it like a trip,
Yeah,
a wee
yeah,
trip
yeah.
with the kids, and then just like go and do the show and come back. But like you brought your boys the whole month to the Fringe one year as well. Was it hard to go to your show when your kids were there?
I can't remember. I don't think so. Obviously, because their mum wasn't a comedian. Do you know what I mean? Whereas we're
aye.
both comedians.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tag team. It's going to be I'll come back and take the kids, and then you go and do your show.
Yeah.
And then you have to be around for maybe an hour or so before too, don't you? And you have to get in the zone, and you have to maybe go and do spots to promote it and stuff too. So it's going to be bedlam. We're going to be
And we're going to live stream our divorce.
yeah. It's
So
going
we
to be passing
both
ships
we're
in the
going to have to
night.
get babysitters for that.
Yeah.
For life. Imagine. Can you mind them instead we go get divorced on stage? Thank you. Have you been to the Fringe before?
No, I haven't.
You should go. You should go some year.
magical.
You'd appreciate it.
honeymoon.
Yeah,
But Andrew was telling me how expensive it is.
it is.
Stay and stuff. He says
yeah.
it's a joke. Like
Yeah.
They've ripped the shit out of it now. Like it makes it.
It's they're calling it like a
takes away from it a little
middle
bit.
class comedy festival now.
Yeah, it's like it's obviously the place where you go to get opportunities, but the opportunities are dwindling for working class people because you can't afford to go. So it's only the middle class comedians that are really getting seen because they're the only ones that can afford to go there.
If people staying on sofas and stuff and just
You'd be lucky if you can get a sofa.
Yeah.
An arm of a sofa. Okay, we're not going to keep you in later because we know this is very late for you. This is the middle of the night for you. It's 9:30.
I
it
know,
is,
I know.
yeah, it's well past my bedtime.
What time's your bedtime? Around now, probably.
Yeah, 9:30 TV off, 9:30. Normally we put the boys to bed and then get into bed, maybe watching our TV or whatever. 9:30.
Lights out. And what's
Have to.
your wake up time?
5.
Does Nicole go to bed same time as you?
Yeah, most of the time.
Does she
yeah,
get up
yeah.
early too then?
Yeah. No, not as early. She'll be about 7:30.
Aye.
Uh,
Do your kids sleep to 7:30?
Yeah.
That's a
not
good
that easy.
sleep.
No, yeah.
That's
they'll
a good
sleep to
time.
7, 7:30, yeah.
Well, ours do too.
They like their sleep.
7.
They like bed. If you try and wake them up early, they're not fond of it.
Oh, that's great.
You know.
See, if they're home educated, they'll not need to get up early. Get up in the one.
This is
Yeah.
it too, yeah.
Yeah.
What time? So you're on the radio every day, Q Radio.
You ready a breakfast
Monday to
show
Friday.
with myself, Andrew and Amy, 6 to 10, Monday to Friday.
Happy days. Thank you very much for coming and meet the parents.
Thank you, Connor.
Thank you very much. It's great.
Don't be a stranger.
No, well not. I'll see you both soon
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah, yeah.
You're in. Oh my, you're in.
Yeah, if this comes out Thursday morning at like 6 in the morning, we usually
Yeah.
put out.
You're gonna be on the show.
So I'll be
Sean's
on
9 o'clock.
I'll be on the
Right
show at
now.
9 o'clock on the Thursday morning if you're watching this, getting ready and sharing your wife's toothbrush.
Overnight.
Peace. Yeah.
Cheers.